Imagine standing amid the towering pyramids of an ancient city, now silent and reclaimed by the forest. These are the remnants of the Maya civilization, one of the most sophisticated societies in the pre-Columbian Americas. But what led to the abandonment of these grand centers? In this episode of History Hidden Files, we explore the evidence behind the decline of the classic Maya, drawing solely on verified historical and archaeological sources. The Maya civilization flourished in Mesoamerica, encompassing parts of modern-day Mexico, Guatemala, Belize, Honduras, and El Salvador. Historians divide its history into periods: the pre-classic from around 2000 BCE to 250 CE, the classic from 250 to 900 CE, and the post-classic until the Spanish arrival in the 16th century. During the Classic era, as detailed by archaeologist Arthur Demarest in his book Ancient Maya: The Rise and Fall of a Rainforest Civilization, Cambridge University Press, 2004, the Maya developed complex city-states with populations in the tens of thousands, advanced writing systems, precise calendars, and monumental architecture. Cities like Tikal and Calakmul were hubs of political power, trade, and ritual. Yet, by the 9th and 10th centuries CE, something changed dramatically in the southern lowlands, the heartland of classic Maya culture. The central mystery: why did the classic Maya civilization in the southern lowlands collapse? This refers not to the extinction of the Maya people, who continue to thrive today, but to the rapid abandonment of major urban centers, the cessation of elite monument construction, and a sharp population decline in regions like the Petén Basin. As anthropologist B. L. Turner II and archaeologist Jeremy A. Sabloff explain in their 2012 peer-reviewed article, Classic Period Collapse of the Central Maya Lowlands: Insights about Human-Environment Relationships for Sustainability, Proceedings of the National Academy of Sciences. This collapse unfolded between approximately 750 and 10,050 CE, marking the end of the terminal Classic period. Historians largely agree on the basic facts of what happened. Established evidence shows that by the late 8th century CE, inscriptions on stone monuments, known as stelae, began to dwindle. For instance, the last dated monument at Tikal is from 869 CE, while at Copán it is 822 CE, according to archaeological records compiled by scholars like David Webster in his 2002 book, The Fall of the Ancient Maya: Solving the Mystery of the Maya Collapse. Populations in the southern lowlands dropped significantly, with some estimates suggesting a 90% reduction in certain areas. Trade networks fragmented, and elite rulership systems disintegrated, leading to the depopulation of inland cities. This is supported by radiocarbon dating of settlement remains and the absence of new construction layers in excavated sites. However, the causes remain a subject of early debate. Mainstream views emphasize a combination of environmental and societal stresses, but opinions differ on their relative importance. For example, geographer Jared Diamond, in his 2005 book Collapse: How Societies Choose to Fail or Succeed, Viking, argues that human-induced environmental degradation, such as deforestation and soil erosion, played a pivotal role, exacerbated by population growth and warfare. Diamond, affiliated with the University of California, Los Angeles, draws parallels to other societal collapses, but notes the Maya's case involved overexploitation of fragile tropical ecosystems. In contrast, some scholars highlight climate change as a primary driver. A 2012 study by Douglas J. Kennett and colleagues, published in Science as Development and Disintegration of Maya Political Systems in Response to Climate Change, uses isotope analysis from lake sediments to show periods of reduced rainfall aligning with political disruptions. Yet, as Turner and Sabloff note in their 2012 PNAS article, while climate was a factor, human decisions, such as intensive agriculture leading to soil depletion, amplified the impacts. A minority hypothesis, proposed by some like Richardson B. Gill in his 2000 book, The Great Maya Droughts: Water, Life, and Death, University of New Mexico Press, posits that mega-droughts alone were catastrophic, but this is debated as oversimplifying social dynamics. Evidence from primary sources provides crucial insights. Maya hieroglyphic inscriptions, such as those on stelae and altars from sites like Dos Pilas, dating to the 8th century CE, document increasing warfare among city-states. For example, records describe conflicts between Tikal and Calakmul alliances, including captures and sacrifices of rulers, as deciphered by epigraphers. These inscriptions, approximate dates from 650 to 850 CE, reveal escalating rivalries that strained resources. Additionally, the Popol Vuh, A post-classic Quiché Maya manuscript from around the 16th century CE, based on earlier traditions, alludes to themes of environmental balance, though it postdates the classic collapse. Archaeological findings further illuminate the story. Pollen cores from lakes like Chichancanab in the Yucatan, analyzed by researchers including David A. Hodel and Mark Brenner, show a 90% decline in forest pollen by the Terminal Classic, indicating widespread deforestation. As reported in a 2003 article by Larry C. Peterson and Gerald Haug in American Scientist, Climate and the Collapse of Maya Civilization, sediment data from the Cariaco Basin off Venezuela reveal 4 multi-year droughts between 760 and 910 CE, with precipitation reduced by up to 52%. Excavations at sites like Copán reveal eroded hillsides and abandoned agricultural terraces, pointing to soil loss. In Belize and Guatemala, hydrogen isotope studies from plant waxes in lake sediments, as in the 2015 PNAS article by Douglas J. Kennett et al., Drought, Agricultural Adaptation, and Socio-Political Collapse in the Maya Lowlands, confirm drier conditions from 800 to 950 CE, more severe in the south, correlating with societal breakdown. Modern interpretations from respected historians build on this evidence. David Webster of Pennsylvania State University, in his 2002 book, synthesizes that the collapse resulted from a perfect storm of drought, overpopulation with densities exceeding 100 people per square kilometer, and elite failures to adapt. Arthur Demarest at Vanderbilt University, in his 2004 book, stresses the role of shifting trade routes, from overland to coastal, undermining inland economies. Jared Diamond, in 2005, warns that the Maya's inability to curb deforestation mirrors modern risks, though he acknowledges debates over the extent of climate's influence. More recently, a 2020 analysis in the Harvard Gazette, citing Arizona State University climatologist Timothy J. Brallower, reinforces climate's contribution, but notes integration with social factors. The most evidence-supported conclusion based on converging paleoclimate, archaeological, and epigraphic data is that the classic Maya collapse in the southern lowlands stemmed from prolonged droughts interacting with human pressures. As Turner and Sabloff conclude in 2012, environmental stresses from deforestation and aridity, combined with societal choices like intensified warfare and unsustainable agriculture, led to systemic failure. While northern regions like Chichen Itza persisted longer, adapting to different conditions, the south did not recover similarly. Historians emphasize this was not a singular destruction, but a regional transformation. As we reflect on the Maya, their story reminds us of the delicate interplay between human societies and their environments. Uncertainties remain. Historians do not have complete evidence for every detail, but the available data urges careful stewardship. Thank you for joining History Hidden Files. Subscribe for more explorations of the past.